Since the beginning of the season, there have been several things that would constitute a perfect football week. Michigan has to win. The Detroit Lions would have to win. The Oakland Raiders would have to lose. I would win in the fantasy league and win at least one of my pick'em leagues. So far, this year, the number of times this has happened has been 0. But the stellar starts of the Michigan Wolverines and the Detroit Lions gave me plenty of opportunities through the first half of the year. This week, Michigan lost to Michigan State to start off the football week. The Lions just lost to the San Francisco 49ers. And Oakland and Cleveland, I don't know. That one's going to be tight. 7-7 in the first quarter there. It doesn't look like I'm going to win either one of the pick'ems. Fantasy football is up in the air. So, it's a final kick in the nuts. The Detroit Tigers were excavated from the World Series contention by the Texas Rangers after getting flattened by at least 11 runs. I turned it off when it was 15-4. It was too hard to watch. I am depressed. I'm sorry, this is my first video that I've made in 2.5 or 3 weeks, but I've been riding this high thanks to U of M and the Detroit Lions. This week, what's going on in the fantasy league is pretty interesting so far. We've had some crazy trades, 4 or 5 player trades over the last few weeks. Robarge, the Awesome Skins, wow, picked up 5 players for 1 in a trade with the non-factors. I had to look at that one 2 or 3 times to make sure somebody wasn't trying to stack a team. I mean, Robarge, you're 0-5. I have taken my proper place atop the league in first place with a current record of 4-1 and 660 points for. Of course, that's thanks to 2 straight weeks where I was the top scorer in the league. Both weeks topping 150 points, which is not easy to do in this league with the scoring system. One Stab's Donnybrooker is staying really strong, and Big Jeff, I'm impressed. This is by far your best showing in the first half of the year in any fantasy football league that I've ever been a part of with you, and you got a pretty solid lineup there. So right now you're down by 30 points, but it's still early in the second games. I just decided to make this depression video after the Lions score went final, and I was hopeful right up to the final play. Keith, the non-factors. Keith and a couple other players in the league have been bugging me to trade Cam Newton to them. And I'll say it again, I really like having 3 of the top 5 scoring quarterbacks on my team. Now, I may not play the right one every week, but nobody in the league will play them ever because I'm enjoying that. There's a couple of players you might be able to pry out of my hands, but not one of those 3, and not Calvin Johnson, not Bo, not Forte. Leave them alone. Look at my second tier. That's my trade bait, because I'm pretty solid everywhere else. In case you couldn't tell, we do have kids floating around today. Right now my daughter is doing her best to make Malcolm yell and laugh during the video, because that's what she does. Big Red, solid start. Looking good here. You're beating up on Lindsay a little bit. Lindsay, I thought you had the team to beat after that first week when you laid the whooping on, I think it was Thayer. But yeah, you need to make a couple of moves, Lindsay. You need to make a couple of moves to get some more solid wide receivers, so you have better than 1.6 and 0.7 points coming out of them every week. And Michelle, I don't know if you've been listening to the fantasy shows that are on ESPN or on XM Radio, But a couple of the moves that you have made, they've really paid off for you. Good job. And this week, so far, well, Ahmad Bradshaw got you 32 points. Savor that. That's not going to happen too often. That's Malcolm's frustration sound from trying to put a drawer back into his little toy kitchen. The rest of the games look a little bit mundane. I did suffer my first loss during my hiatus to the Superhero Squad, Josh's team, and that was a bad week in Chrisville. So we've had to change some of the text. No puppet shows, nothing really fancy this week. Just honest to goodness, I got to take my lumps. I've got a couple of friends who are MSU fans, so they've been giving it to me for a day and a half. My cousin went to MSU, and he played in the MSU marching band, so he's been giving it to me. And then I'm really not looking forward to going to work tomorrow after the Lions lost, especially if Oakland wins. So it's gonna be another bad week in Chris Nation. Only thing that might salvage it is some kind of crazy come-from-behind win in one of the pick'em leagues. I'm pretty confident, though, about my game against Thayer and Thor's Slamhounds. Good luck in the second half of the day, man. I'm going to go drown my sorrows a little bit up at the Main Street Stein night. I'll be the one in the corner, the tall one, looking like this. Have a good day, everybody.